So the first race we done with Iran was in January in Abu Dhabi in the McLaren, and I have to say he impressed a lot of people. First of all, Abu Dhabi wasn't an easy track at all. He entered in a category he never drove, and he managed to keep the car safe and get better session after session. And this obviously doesn't happen to everyone, and I think this is a big quality of his, is that he can accept the level that he has and keeps on improving session after session. Heat, probably. I think I would have a different answer after the race, maybe be a bit more aggressive on what I say, but no, I think the biggest challenge on this track might be tire deg, to keep the tires alive during a whole stint. Once again, the heat and trying to survive. We're a company that likes to work in details, and aerodynamics I think works a bit the same. It means that when you get the perfect balance, everything goes right and really right, and when everything goes wrong, everything goes really wrong. And I think that describes well APM. So I have to say I'm not the creative person in the company and I don't think that my answer will be very creative and very, I have no clue. Normally I leave this to the talented people in the company. Everything is important. At the end of the day, seeing the checkered flag means you finish the race. If you start on pole and you don't finish the race, it's never a good thing, but it's an overall. And depending on the situation you're in, if you're playing for a championship, well, sometimes you need to accept to finish 3rd, 4th, 5th, 5th, or even just in the points. And sometimes you have to win. So, well, going into a weekend like this where it's a one-off, definitely the goal is to go and win. Everything I've learned from my motorsport career, I try to bring it into work, being very analytical and data-driven, and mainly around data and understanding why things work and why things don't work. I think is one of the biggest resemblance, I would say. I have to say our ambassador, Charles Leclerc. I always liked Kimi Raikkonen, the Iceman, because he was blunt, doesn't care about all the rest, just did his work. If I had to say another name, I would say Verstappen. I wouldn't choose Lewis now. Very good for fashion though, but not from a racing perspective. There is my dad always taught me one thing when it came to racing, and I had a lot of difficulties to understand it, but the more I get older, the more I understand it. There is thousands and thousands and thousands of fast drivers and really fast drivers, but very few of them are intelligent. And the only intelligent ones are the ones that arrive in Formula One. So it means that it's all the other aspect than racing that is important. How you communicate with people, how you work with people, how you understand setup, and all the various things that makes you a driver. It's not only being quick. The biggest thing is not only to focus on, well, the driving, but on all the rest outside, I think is something I would recommend.